Hello dear students, I am Dr. Chandrakala HD. In this video, I'll be teaching you the internet layer and network interface layer of the TCP/IP protocol suite. The internet layer is the second layer of the TCP/IP model. It is also called as network layer, and it performs all the jobs which the network layer of OSI model performs. The network layer or internet layer, to be more specific, its main job is to take the messages given by the transport layer and packetize them. Packetize them means convert them to packets by attaching its own header to those particular packets and establish a route for the packets to move from source to the destination machine. It has specific routing protocols which will establish this virtual route for the packets to travel from source to destination, irrespective of whether the source and destination are on the single network or on multiple networks. So the main job of internet layer is to offer functionalities and procedures to transfer variable length packets from one node to another node with the help of various networks. Along with routing protocols, the network layer also has multicast group management protocols and network layer address assignment protocols. These protocols assist the internet layer in order to attach IP addresses to the packets and to route them over multiple networks. The message delivery of the internet layer is an unguaranteed message delivery. The internet layer focuses only on delivery of messages. It will never bother whether the packets were delivered surely or not. Its purpose is just to establish a route and push the packets from source to destination. The network interface layer is the first layer of the TCP/IP model. It's the combination of the physical layer and data link layer which was present in the OSI model. So this layer is also called as network access layer because its main job is to send the data on the physical transmission medium of the network. So the network interface layer will establish a connection. It establishes a communication on the transmission medium. It gets an access to the transmission medium, physical transmission medium like coaxial cable, optical cable, or twisted pair cable, which is a physical channel of communication. So it establishes an access to this cable and focuses on bit by bit data transfer on this particular transmission medium. The responsibility of network interface layer is transmission of data between two devices on the same network. So the network interface layer will never have the duty of transmitting the data between two heterogeneous networks. It will transmit data only between two devices of the same network. Now let us see what are the differences between the OSI and TCP/IP model. So as we all know, the OSI reference model has 7 layers: physical layer, data link layer, network layer, transport layer, session layer, presentation layer, and application layer. Whereas the TCP/IP model will have only 4 layers. The top 3 layers of OSI model, the application layer, presentation layer, and session layer, all 3 are combined into the application layer in the TCP/IP model. The application layer of TCP/IP model will perform all the functions performed by all 3 layers of the OSI model. So an application layer is capable of performing the duties of application layer, presentation layer, and session layer in TCP/IP. The transport layer of OSI model and TCP/IP model remain the same. And the network layer also remains the same for both the layers, but the network layer is called as internet layer in the TCP/IP model. The tasks remain the same. And the data link layer and physical layer of OSI model are combined into one to form the network interface layer of the TCP/IP model. So generally, the main differences between these two models are the OSI model is developed by the ISO, the International Standards Organization. The TCP/IP model is developed by the ARPANET, which is the Advanced Research Project Agency Network. This is a military agency of the US. In OSI model, there is a clear distinction between the interfaces, services, and protocols, whereas the TCP/IP does not have a clear distinction between these three because TCP/IP is containing less number of layers compared to OSI model. The layer functionalities are combined, 2 to 3 layers are combined into one in case of TCP/IP. Hence, the distinction between the interfaces, services, and protocols is not very clear in TCP/IP. The OSI refers to open systems interconnection, whereas TCP/IP refers to transmission control protocol, internet protocol. The OSI uses a network layer to define routing standards and protocols, whereas the same function is defined as internet layer in TCP/IP. The OSI model follows a vertical approach in data transfer, whereas TCP/IP follows a horizontal approach for data transmission on the network. In OSI model, there are two different layers, physical layer and data link layer, which perform the functionality of data transmission over the physical medium, whereas in TCP/IP, these two are combined into the network interface layer, which is a single layer. There are 7 layers in OSI model, whereas only 4 layers in the TCP/IP. The OSI model has the main theme of connection-oriented service, whereas TCP/IP model can perform both connection-oriented as well as connection-less data transmission service. In case of OSI model, the application, session layer, and presentation layer are 3 different layers, whereas in case of TCP/IP model, there are no separate session layer and presentation layer. All the tasks of session layer and presentation layer, they are performed by the application layer itself. The OSI model came into existence only after the advent of internet, whereas TCP/IP came into being even before the advent of the internet. In OSI model, the minimum size of the header is 5 bytes, whereas in TCP/IP, the minimum header size is 20 bytes. So these are few differences between the TCP/IP model and the OSI model. Now coming to the main protocols which are used in TCP/IP model. The TCP/IP model makes use of ARP protocol. ARP stands for Address Resolution Protocol. So the main job of this ARP, which is a network layer protocol, is to map the IP address onto the physical address. So physical address is nothing but the MAC address. So the IP address is converted into MAC address by the ARP. The second layer of TCP is the second protocol of the TCP/IP is ICMP. The full form of ICMP is Internet Control Message Protocol. So this protocol provides a mechanism for the host or a router to send notifications about the datagram problems or packet problems back to the sender. So the main job of Internet Control Message Protocol is to issue control messages or notifications regarding the datagram errors or packet errors to the sender. The third protocol of TCP/IP protocol suite is the user datagram protocol. This layer operates on the transport layer of the model. It provides connectionless end-to-end delivery of data. It's an unreliable protocol. It is capable of detecting errors, but it won't communicate these errors to the sender back. So it doesn't provide an acknowledgement service for the sender of the data. Whether the data was received correctly or not will not be acknowledged if the UDP protocol is used. The next protocol is TCP, Transmission Control Protocol. So this protocol also operates in the transport layer. This is a connection-oriented protocol which supports reliable message transfer between the sender and receiver. It segments the information into messages, assigns them using unique message IDs so that they can be reassembled in the proper order by the receiver. It also provides an acknowledgement service. If TCP is used, the receiver will send an acknowledgement for every message it receives. The acknowledgement, if it is positive, it means that the message was correctly received. If it was negative, it means that the packet or the message was not correctly delivered. So if a negative acknowledgement is received back, the sender will retransmit the data packet again. The next protocol is IP, Internet Protocol. So the Internet Protocol basically works on IP addressing in the network layer. The main job of network layer is routing. Routing function allows the packets to be routed and transmitted over multiple networks. So the router of the network layer will establish a routing table which comprises of IP addresses of all the nodes which come in the path between the source to destination. And using this path, the message or packet travels from source to destination node. So the main job of Internet Protocol is IP addressing and packet routing on the network layer. The next protocol is the HTTP. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. This protocol works on the application layer of the TCP/IP model. This allows the users of the network to access data over the World Wide Web. It can transfer the data in the form of plain text, audio, or video as dynamic or static web pages. The next protocol is Simple Network Management Protocol, in short SNMP. This protocol is a framework which is used to manage devices on the internet using the TCP/IP model. So it provides functionalities to manage the networking components. The next protocol, which is again an application layer protocol, is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. It's a dedicated protocol to handle the email services provided by the application layer. It allows two nodes to send and receive information between each other through email addresses. The domain name system is yet another application layer protocol. The domain name system maps the names of the websites provided through URL into their equivalent IP addresses so that it's easy for the user to just remember the domain names or the URL names of the websites and need not bother of the equivalent IP addresses of those websites in order to transmit data over the internet. The next protocol of application layer is Telnet. Telnet allows the user to establish a connection to a remote host on the network and perform operations and services on the remote computer. The last protocol of application layer is FTP, File Transfer Protocol. This file transfer protocol helps the users to transmit the files from source to destination. It also allows the users to share files over the worldwide network. In this video, we learned the main functions of the internet layer and network interface layer of the TCP/IP protocol. We also learned the differences between the OSI model and the TCP/IP networking model. And we also discussed about the TCP/IP protocol stack. Thank you.